So this is the current lower level. It is actually the second tray. You can see that it's definitely not as processed. This is also where I feed. So I'm just kind of looking at its condition. Definitely smells just a little bit more down here. And the tray above, but lots of baby worms, which is so exciting. Probably gonna move some of this up to this next layer so that I can feed down here. Look at all those baby worms. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna move some of this up to the next layer. Kind of doing forced migration, I would say. I'm not sure, that's still that cantaloupe, I think, or a banana skin. This is definitely where the feeding layer is, though. I've got a bunch of stuff I'd like to go ahead and put in here. So it seemed to work really well, taking some of this and moving it up last week. So that's what I'm gonna do this week, and then I'll go ahead and feed down here just a little bit. Not a big feeding, but some. This is how much I've moved, which is probably not even quite half of what was in this top tray. And I think I'm gonna pull some out of the lower tray too, just to kind of get the whole biome. I actually put a bunch of handfuls last week of the bottom layer on this one, and they've really processed through it really well. All those paper pieces are doing great. I threw some of them in here just cause, but anyway, now they can get used to their new home. So I'm gonna pull a few out of the bottom, partly because I'm just trying to keep room in this and keep it going, but then give them room to kind of explode the population too. Okay, this is what was in here, which is disgusting. Oh my God, it smells bad. Okay, I'm gonna peek at the sump because there's always a ton of action going on down there. It's always fun to look, and then that'll be it. Yes, the sump. It might be so happened because I was messing with the top layers, and that generally tends to send the worms down. But there's always a bunch going on down here, so I'm gonna move these guys, I think, to the new bin or up a level and put everything back together. And then I'll put the cocoon bin in the new bin, and I think I'll be done. I was just gonna show in the Worm Factory 360, well, yeah, as I expected, it is tilted at an angle because I put so much in that one corner. It's not one of my finer moments, but I'm probably not gonna undo it right now. And I always do a good layer of shredded, a couple inches of shredded cardboard, and then I just kind of lay these over the top. These are when I take the trays out, I go ahead and lay the trays on them so I don't make as much of a mess on the floor. So anyway, I'm gonna check it tomorrow. Hopefully the worms will stay in since they're kind of at a funny angle and I rehomed a lot of people, and then we'll see what they're doing in another couple days. I did have to prop up this corner with cardboard because it just was so uneven, and now I'm noticing like how uneven this layer is. But I'll give it a day or so if it doesn't settle back down. I went ahead, I have a fourth tray, and I went ahead and stuck it on the top because I dug it down from the attic. I've never had to use it before, but we're really at a point where it's starting to fill up. So the plan is to continue the Worm Factory 360 for now with European night crawlers. Now I have the second bin of European night crawlers, started on November 29th. And then I would like to get one more bin, full-size bin going of African night crawlers. And I think at that point, I may retire the Worm Factory and just go ahead and sell it. But my goal is to have one bin of African night crawlers and one bin of European night crawlers. And I think between the two of those, with them going at full capacity, we would be able to use up the carbon and food scraps that we go through in a week. I think if I go much beyond that, I'm gonna have to start getting people to donate food to the cause. So right now that's the goal, trying to get down to the bottom of the fridge.